Welcome to our show, Aibovan, Vanakkam, Assalamu Alaikum. I am your Kader Master, and this is the focus. Today, we are going to discuss about the Sri Lanka president's historic thorn speech yesterday and a misconception in it. What a beautiful day yesterday it was. The 21st November 2024. It marked the moment when the NPP government and Comrade Anura filled us with pride and hope. After being accustomed to extravagant displays, pompous celebrations, and those supposed representatives of the people arriving at Parliament in large motorcades, we were astonished to see an executive president arrive in a single car with just one backup vehicle. Witnessing him step out and open the door himself was a refreshing sight. There was no recitation of Jayamangala Gatha, no formal military honors, no gun salutes or elaborate motorcades. Take a look at the new parliament, which is now composed of 150 newcomers. This indicates that two-thirds of the previous MPs, including more than 60 former ministers, have been replaced or wiped out. The parliament is therefore almost sanitized. Remarkably, there are 21 female MPs among them. These newcomers came to parliament on their own right, not because of their political family background. Yesterday was another historic milestone. This optimism was further amplified by the inaugural thorn speech delivered by the newly elected People's President Anura Kumara Dissanayake during the first session of 10th Parliament. The inauguration itself was a charm ceremonial affair, devoid of traditional festivities. His speech, delivered without glancing at the script, sparked the hope that the country has chosen the right person for the president's role. Each of his words enhanced the conviction that the country is moving in the right direction under the NPP government and that it will soon rise robustly from the challenges it currently faces. He stated unequivocally that racism and religious extremism will not no longer tolerated. The parliament will no longer be a concealed cave. Its daily operations will be open to the public. No one, including himself, is above the law. All authorities will be held accountable. The public severely eroded trust in the legal system will be restored. Justice will not only be done, must will be seen to be done. There will be an impartial and efficient public service that will benefit both those who work in the sector and the people they serve. Regulatory bodies will be established and appropriate laws will be passed to ensure fair play and transparency in the marketplace. And information technology will be developed as a key component of national economic growth. Both the agricultural sector as well as the consumer will be protected, and efforts will be made to dismantle monopolistic market dominance by promoting market competition and state sectoral intervention through SATOSA and cooperatives. The president further noted that government must retain a role in critical areas such as the energy market and the financial market, ensuring oversight and stability while encouraging private sector participation. The people perceived them not as mere rhetoric former deceptive politician, but as genuine commitments from their true representative. When he said that his government inherited a country already bound by an agreement with the IMF when he assumed office, breaking away from this agreement is not an option if we aim to progress. The people and we recognize the government's predicament and its limitations. We all trust that this government will effectively manage the situation and explore alternative avenues to ensure the country's sustainable development. Nonetheless, we observed a few oversights as well. There is no reference to the new government's foreign policy, no mention about the constitutional reform, no mention on foreign remittance earners and the initiative to support their welfare, and no mention of reform in the plantation sector, which fed this country for 150 years and still contributing to the country's economy. Another clear oversight was the failure to mention eradication of corruption. These are all matters of oversight, maybe. However, there was a serious misjudgment in the speech, which we are obliged to point out. As people who supported this government during the president election as well as in the parliament election, we have a right to point out its mistakes. Now it is making a very big mistake. The failure to mention about the long overdue accountability for decades of enforced disappearance and transnational justice for the Tamil victims certainly does not fall into the aforementioned category. The opportunity to appreciate the new culture and vision that the government is trying to establish has been somewhat hindered by this distraction. The Thorn speech, I feel, subtly defended the decision not to name a Muslim representative to the cabinet. It makes the nuanced claim that since this government opposes Chauvinist ideology and more importantly ethnic religious divisions, and because it would not put up with any kind of discrimination or oppression, ethnic based representation in the cabinet is unnecessary. That may be their thought. Since I am going to start next week a series titled JVP, The Journey So Far and the Long Path Ahead, which also will discuss the theoretical part of the subject, including how to build real national unity. I'm not going to elaborate on this topic more deeply now. However, I would like to sincerely emphasize with the best intention the potential negative impact this could have on the favorable reputation the NPP has been cultivating in recent years. To solicit votes from Muslims and Tamils, the NPP used Muslims and Tamil candidates. This government must thus demonstrate that, unlike its predecessors, it treats them equally as genuine representative of these people and is not merely using them as operatives to get their votes. Otherwise, it would convey a wrong message that they are being treated like second class citizens by your government. Should the NPP neglect to accommodate them into the government and provide them with positions in the cabinet, the ability to effectively challenge the narrow minded old leaders and establish new breeders leadership within their communities will be severely restricted. This lack of inclusion will also impact foreign relations. The presence of a Muslim cabinet minister makes a significant difference when engaging with oil rich Middle Eastern countries. Similarly, There is a notable distinction between a Tamil from the north and other representative when it comes to approaching the Tamil diaspora for investment opportunities in the country. I am confident that this government does not embody Chinese. However, however, I also think that it's need to take greater care and do more to earn the trust of the Tamil speaking people. The government is overlooking a valuable opportunity to diminish the influence of the Chinese leaders within these communities by fostering the emergence of new leaders who are given equal opportunity and power to succeed. If this does not happen, the ones who will ultimately prevail are the old guards and the extremists on the both sides. The JVPs, some of the policies and actions in the past on the national question has left the country's numerical minority with deep scars, which the new government should be aware of. These kind of mistakes will not in any way help it to win the hearts of these people. The new government should be mindful that the country's numerical minority has deep scars from the JP's previous past. I will leave you with that note and two questions to ponder today. Is it justifiable to deny community representation from the perspective of opposing Chauvinism? Question number two. If this misconception is accepted now, will it not ultimately result in the denial of representation for numerical minority communities in the civil service and all government services tomorrow? You have to answer this. Thank you. See you in my next program.